Organized labor relaxes nationwide protests, backs government to tackle insecurity.
The fact that it is being addressed, I think we have achieved to a substantial extent.
President Tinubu seeks repeal and reenactment of 2024 Appropriations Act to end multiple budget implementation. Wave of relief across Nigeria as petrol pump prices drop.
We were expecting that they will reduce it, and we are even expecting that they will reduce it further.
Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24, live from Abuja. I am your carrier, Clinton. The Senate has adopted the report of its ad hoc committee on national security, following the conclusion of comprehensive engagement with stakeholders and communities across the 6 geopolitical zones. Senate leader Okpeyemi Bamidele announced that the National Security Summit is billed for early 2026. In the report submitted and adopted at plenary, the ad hoc committee noted that issues of insecurity affecting different parts of the country are intricate and multifaceted. Addressing the menace, the committee said, require a holistic approach through improved intelligence gathering, deployment of technology, and collaboration.
Further stresses the importance of collaboration and cooperation among all stakeholders to restore peace, stability, and security in the country. The report hereby concludes that a sustained and coordinated effort is necessary to tackle the country's security challenges and ensure a safer and more prosperous future for all Nigerians. Mr. President and very distinguished colleagues, as the ad hoc committee prepares for the main summit early in the year 2026, the chairman and members of the committee immensely appreciate the privilege given to us to organize the summit and seeks for the support of the Senate President and the entire Senate towards hosting the upcoming National Summit.
The committee was set up in April to organize the National Security Summit in response to several motions raised in the Senate on incessant security breaches in the last couple of years. President Bola Tinubu has transmitted to the House of Representatives a bill to repeal and reenact the 2024 Appropriation Act. The president notes that the bill seeks to bring to an end the practice of running multiple budgets concurrently, while also ensuring high performance of the capital components of the 2024 and 2025 budgets.
The House of Representatives may wish to note that the bill also strengthens implementation discipline and accountability by, among other provisions, requiring that appropriated funds are released.
The President's bill expeditiously passed second reading and has been referred to the House Committee on Appropriations for further consideration. Meanwhile, the House has deferred consideration of the 2026 to 2028 medium-term expenditure framework to Thursday to have consolidated position on oil price benchmark proposals.
If the benchmark remains at 64 and our capacity, our production capacity do not meet our expected yield, then we are still back to square one.
Mr. Chair, but you cannot leave a gap. If you are reducing the exchange rate, the price of the crude oil, then it also becomes on us to also review where the shortfall coming from that projection should be accommodated.
The organized labor has relaxed its nationwide protests and pledged to support federal government's efforts in tackling the spate of insecurity and other socio-economic challenges nationwide. The commitment came immediately after a closed-door session that lasted several hours with federal government negotiation team led by Governor of Imo State and Chairman, Nigeria Governors Forum, Hope Uzodinma. Organized labor led by NLC President Joe Ajaero commended federal government for assurances and other commitments to work harder in the restoration of lasting peace and achieving better workers' welfare.
Mr. President has said he has put Nigeria at the map of prosperity. And we agree that we are going to meet in January to look at some gray areas and where we need to touch, which will equally translate to prosperity of the working people of Nigeria. The point of meeting with the President and sending our message, that's the message, and that's the protest. And the fact that it is being addressed, I think we have achieved to a substantial extent. It's not like the insecurity will be finished today.
For now, both the government and Labour, we are on the same page to ensure that Nigeria is better protected and more investments in the areas of security should be encouraged. And President's programs to secure Nigeria and the entire space should also be supported. We are very grateful to Mr. President for the way he came out to explain to the Labour Union his programs and activities for an improved security arrangement in the country.
The two parties promised to continue to work together in the interests of the country and champion policies and programs that will put the country on the sustainable path of development. And to the energy sector, unlike most end-of-year petroleum products scarcity and hike in prices, a wave of relief is sweeping across the country as petrol pump prices begin to drop following Dangote Refinery's recent reduction in ex-depot rates. Let's join an energy correspondent, Lydia Sampson, for a situation update in Abuja. Lydia.
Though some petrol stations in Abuja have begun adjusting their pump price to 840 naira per litre following recent market adjustments. However, others are yet to reflect the reduction, citing the need to exhaust existing stock protests at higher rates to avoid losses. Slowly but surely, pump price is coming down, and motorists are very optimistic that it will keep coming down.
It was at 940. Then about 4 or 5 days ago, they brought it down to 930, and then they reduced it to 910 again. So, and then yesterday they reduced it to 840 per litre.
How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel good, Dangote has already said it that he has reduced the cost of fuel per litre from his own refinery. We were expecting that they will reduce it, and we are even expecting that they will reduce it further.
About the fuel, 840, formerly it was, the first time they increased it was 950. Now it's 840.
The fuel no drop, the fuel is today 910 naira. Instead of 800, it is 84 naira. Then they said they will now down, now at 10 naira up to now.
Okay, I just bought it at 910 now here, so though I was expecting they would have started the old price for Dangote, but they said they still have stock, so I'm optimistic that it will get better.
Industry players who spoke off camera are of the view that the price difference highlights ongoing market instability, which may discourage investors and create instability in the downstream. However, the general concern is they are worried that they are not sure if this will be sustained. And as we keep going around petrol stations, we believe we will see more of this manifest. And one thing is certain, this season, unlike in the past when we have scarcity and a lot of hike in price, this may not be the case this time around. So Nigerians and motorists generally are keeping their fingers crossed that as this pump price reduction reflects and continue to manifest in other stations, transportation will likely also come down a little. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
I also agree with one of the respondents that it will get better. In a bid to address digital gaps hindering the growth of women-led businesses in Nigeria and across developing countries, the World Trade Organization, WTO, in August 2025, launched the Women Exporters in Digital Economy Fund, a global initiative aimed at closing the digital trade divide. To ensure effective monitoring and evaluation, Aliko Okpanachi-Arua reports that the Nigerian Export Promotion Council organized a town hall meeting with beneficiaries in Abuja to discuss the impact of the trainings on their businesses and address areas of concern.
In Nigeria, where women-owned small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, contribute significantly to the economy, but often lack digital access, Director General, World Trade Organization, Dr. Okonjo Iweala, in August says the White Fund, which is divided into two parts, will ensure that no woman is left behind in the digital economy. As White Fund will offer financial grants, trainings, and mentorship programs for women entrepreneurs with focus on e-commerce, online marketing, and cross-border trades. 4 months into this pledge, the exporter says the training has broadened their horizon on how they handle and conduct their businesses.
So far, I think the trainings that have been imparted to us have changed everything from our packaging to our production and our management system.
So some things we thought we were doing well, through this training, we get to know that not all of them were actually good for the business.
Speaking at the gathering, the Executive Director and CEO, Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC, Nonye Ayeni, notes that the knowledge acquired from the White Fund trainings for the exporters will be a game changer in accessing global markets and enhancing export capacity.
Financial literacy, bookkeeping, soft skills, tax issues, tax compliance issues, this will help them to build a very formidable business.
More importantly, gives our beneficiaries the space to engage directly with NEPC leadership, share their experiences, and gain clarity on the program's expectations and delivery.
Commending the exporters for their resilience and commitment to the trainings, Nonye says Nigeria's future export sources will not only be driven by commodities alone, but through digitally enabled and global connected entrepreneurs. In Abuja, Alika Okpanachi-Arua, NTA News.
This is the news desk at 6 on the NTA News 24. We'll be back with more reports in a moment. Please stay with us.
Baffy Furniture's legendary final sale of the year is here. This festive season, enjoy extra savings on luxury and comfortable sofa sets, modern and functional dining sets, sophisticated and smart bed sets, and our royal collections, classy, premium, and truly exclusive. Shop 10 million naira and receive a complimentary Daisy tea set. Spend 15 million and take home a 65-inch smart TV. Go higher at 20 million and experience unmatched comfort with our exclusive massage chair. Visit our showrooms in Abuja, Lagos, Kano, and Enugu, or shop online. It's big, it's bold, it's unforgettable. It's Baffy Furniture.
And the National Productivity Order of Merit Award goes to...
tomato paste manufacturer to win the National Productivity Order of Merit Award by the Federal Government of Nigeria, endorsed by the Association of Private Medical Practitioners of Nigeria. This is an evidence of 100% natural goodness. Eat healthy to live longer. Buy now and enjoy up to 20% discount.
Feel the power of precision, engineered to perfection. Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African roads.
This is NTA News 24.
We're glad to have you back. Integration and collaboration with local authorities, in addition to technology deployment such as surveillance and CCTV camera installations, has been advocated by guests on Good Morning Nigeria as necessary steps in curbing criminal attacks on tertiary institutions in Nigeria. Alika Okpanachi reports.
Insecurity in tertiary institutions are divided and subdivided, hence the need for background and profiling of people that gain entrance into these campuses. The guest says school management must also put into consideration the welfare and protection of students living outside the campus in curtailing the trend of attacks.
From 1999, things started to deteriorate. Everything was outsourced. So right now, as I'm talking, the security units are mainly manned by personnel that are not even under the control of the university management.
The university is supposed to have a master plan, a geographical master plan of all the, not only the immediate, the host community, but even within the territory of at least minimum of 40-kilometer radius.
Identifying funding as one of the major challenges in fighting insecurity, the guest appealed to TETFund to come to the aid of these tertiary institutions in providing security and safeguarding lives. The guest, however, frowned at the idea of engaging private security outfits to man the institutions, especially where trust issues are concerned.
We who work at the university, we are different with people who work in the civil service because our personal morality and commitment to our kids are precondition for that kind of profession.
When you are talking of proactivity, you talk of early warning, and then before you talk about response. So, and that intelligence that is shared, so that when you see this dust or smoke coming from the invaders, maybe you would have been tipped.
The need for intelligence gathering and information sharing, as well as creating awareness among students on security consciousness, was highlighted. In Abuja, Alika Okpanachi, Arua, NTA News.
In a heartwarming festive outreach, Helpline Social Support Initiative, HSSI, in collaboration with the Coalition of Good-Spirited Partners, has stepped up efforts to uplift vulnerable women, particularly widows, through expanded support programs focused on health security, economic empowerment, and overall well-being. Oluche Adiagbo reports that the intervention, which marked the 22nd annual Reach Out program, brought together representatives of several non-governmental organizations and private sector partners in a united drive to ensure that widows, vulnerable women and children are not left behind in accessing critical resources, while also spreading love and hope to make the festive season memorable.
It is that time of the year when the Helpline Social Support Initiative reviews its year-long efforts aimed at improving the lives of vulnerable women and children, while also taking stock of progress made in promoting inclusivity and setting priorities for the coming year. One of the beneficiaries, Beatrice Nwafo, a widow of 19 years, joined the Helpline Initiative in 2016. Since then, she has benefited from several empowerment programs and health insurance.
The Helpline Initiative's support program has pretty smart widows. So many of us registered in this health insurance scheme, where widows are benefited for. If they are not feeling fine, they will go to hospitals and they will not pay any money. The government, I want to speak to our government, federal government, that they have the power, the one that is empowering the widows.
I'm actually an orphan. So I've been...
Many of the vulnerable women and children recounted experiences of empowerment, care, and renewed confidence through the Foundation's interventions. Dr. Jumei Amajo, president of the Helpline Social Support Initiative, outlined the organization's broader strategy to strengthening its entrepreneurial and vocational programs, working with key partners.
What we are doing differently this year is for us to expose them to basic medical health check
the oral medicine, like checking their blood pressure, and see how we can recommend those whose blood pressures are elevated. We are going to also form a cluster that they'll be contributing money daily, and a friend of mine has committed to give them goods to sell. We are now looking out for integrity and people that will be sincere to collect these goods and sell. The profit margin, you're going to use it for yourself. It means you're going to start business with 0 naira, and which is what most women are looking out for this year.
To train our women, we don't mind as much as having as much as 5,000 women trained in FCT. Training on agriculture, real estate, how they can use real estate to sustain themselves.
So by next year, February 2026, we'll be having a free training on how they can process catfish to see how they can be selling it, one, apart from eating, to make income and become financially independent.
With platforms like this, the Nigerian woman can benefit in the long run, and they will grow into being a more better contributor of growth in the family, and then, creating stability in the society.
This year's outreach program, 22nd in the series, reached over 500 women and persons with disabilities drawn from the Federal Capital Territory, Kogi, Niger, Kaduna, and Nasarawa states. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
The late paramount ruler of Ayakoro community, His Royal Highness Righteous Inegbagha, has been described as a peaceful, humble and exemplary monarch who put public interest above self. Former President of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, noted this at the funeral ceremony as prominent dignitaries gathered to bid him farewell. Ebinimi Zitimiola reports.
It was a celebration of the life of a devout Christian, educationist, and revered traditional ruler, Righteous Inegbagha, whose 20 years reign brought prosperity to Ayakoro community in Ogba local government area of Bayelsa State. Former President of Nigeria, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, the Bayelsa State Governor, and the Managing Director, Niger Delta Development Commission, Samuel Ogbuku, who is the Deputy Paramount Ruler of Ayakoro, including sons and daughters of Ayakoro, eulogized the late monarch for his fair leadership, emotional balance, and commitment to public good.
Living in the 70s was the righteous president. So I'm not surprised when the Ayakoro made him the king of the community. And like everybody said, for the movement to come to this community within the period, within his tenure, speaks volume.
That he was a leader who was committed to promoting peace and socio-economic development for his people and the Okwia local government area in totality.
The Lord gave us a righteous king. That is why you can see that during his reign, the community has transformed and the people are happy.
The late paramount ruler was also credited for promoting the annual Ayakoro Festival, Eyal Obeyi, which honors the community's founding fathers.
A tribe leader and a man who always liked to do the truth.
Born on December 25, 1950, His Royal Highness Righteous Inegbagha passed away on September 5, 2025 at 74, leaving behind a legacy of service to his people. From Ayakoro community, Ebinemi Zitimiola, NTA News.
That concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am your carrier, Clinton.